We have with us Falguni Nayar. She's a CEO and founder of Nykaa. Falguni, it is wonderful speaking to you. Many thanks for speaking to PTI.
It's my pleasure, Mamita.
So, Falguni, we're in the second edition of Nykaa Land. Tell me what to expect. Is it going to be grander, bigger, better? What are the kind of collaborations that you have lined up? What are the new launches that are lined up? And also the new experience for visitors?
We are so excited to bring the second edition of Nykaa Land, and you can see it's bigger and better on the ground here. It's been busy since it just officially opened at 4, but it's been busy and buzzing since 2:30 when we had the Sophia Tilbury masterclass for Charlotte Tilbury. We have two main artists. One is Sophia Tilbury, and then also Patrick, and both of them have. I mean, as you know, they are the celebrity makeup artists, and both have had a hall full of enthusiasts learning about beauty. So it's been fantastic. And like last year, in fact, you can say more than that. We are expecting number of visitors to be much bigger, and also more brands are participating. There are almost 80 plus beauty brands, and like last year, there are many new launches for the first time ever. There is Eucerin. There is new launches from a number of brands, like Nykaa Cosmetics has launched its new super light range for the first time at Nykaa Land, and the hall is full of every brand giving great experiential experience to the beauty enthusiasts. So as you walk around the hall, you'll find that from Carolyn Herrera to Pixie Beauty to Maybelline to Lakme, to all the international brands like Sol de Janeiro, Charlotte Tilbury, all of the, from MAC to Estee Lauder. Each of the booths are so unique and experiential that customers are going to love it. And for the first time ever, we have now fashion brands also participating, from Revolve to Cider. And on the footwear side, we have both Foot Locker as well as Puma participating at the event. So it's been excellent. It's a great discovery platform for the beauty enthusiasts who will be visiting the Nykaa Land over 3 days, and it's filled with a lot of entertainment. We have great artists performing, like you're aware that we have Jay Sean, who's performing tomorrow night, and every day there is a great lineup of performance artists and great food out there, and the ambiance is great. So you need to come and see and believe it. I'm sure we'll take the camera around to see what's going on here, but it's a great experience.
So Falguni, Nykaa Land seems to be like a celebration of beauty and fashion. It's like a festival of beauty and fashion. Where do you want to take this property, say in next 3 to 5 years from now? What is your vision for Nykaa Land?
I think, like in our business itself, we've said the best of beauty and fashion should be available to Indian consumers, and we work very hard to bring a lot of international brands into the country. We are also the platform of choice for great D2C brands which are coming up in the country. You can see Minimalist in there, you can see Hyphen, you can see Foxtail. So, beauty is a very inclusive world, and from international brands to our local brands to best of what the beauty and fashion have to offer are present here. Like in fashion, we have something called hidden gems, where a lot of brands which are not discovered all over India, and they are kind of known from certain geography where they come from, are also present here. And we want to make it bigger and better. And we also want to take it to the rest of India. I think it should not stop at being only in Mumbai, and we should take it to Delhi, Bangalore, and many other cities. So that's my vision for Nykaa Land.
Falguni, take us through your vision for Nykaa as a brand, as a company, as a platform. Where do you see it in the next 3 to 5 years? We saw a fantastic set of numbers for Q1, and I know Q2 for you is around the corner. Where do you look at, how do you see the growth of the platform itself? Also in terms of profitability, what is it that you're aiming for?
I think if I may talk about beauty and fashion, they are both discretionary consumption, and as the per capita incomes in India are going up, expected to go up from $2,500 per capita to $5,500 per capita, we think there's a lot of consumption boom to discretionary categories like beauty and fashion. Consumers are on a premiumization journey. In every category, they are premiumizing more and more in terms of wanting better quality, better effectiveness in the products in beauty, and that's the journey we are taking. And we do believe, and from day one we believe that beauty and fashion is also, like, fashion is trend led, beauty is all about education, and we do a lot of education in all kinds of formats, from beauty bar to Nykaa Land, to earlier we had beauty awards. We give out beauty awards to the best brands and products. So a whole bunch of industry developing activities we do, which is allowing the industry to grow. I think over the last 10, 11 years when Nykaa has participated in the industry, the per capita consumption of beauty in the country has gone up from just $6 per capita to now $15 per capita. And we do believe that it is headed to almost being $40, $50 per capita over the next few years. And Nykaa, of course, operates at the premium end, where our customers already spend $80 per capita. But the effort is to be inclusive and facilitate democratization of beauty and bring a number of consumers into the beauty world and fashion world, and that's what we are working towards.
Falguni, how is the festive season panning out this time in terms of consumer sentiments, in terms of demand? Is it better than last year?
I think the festive season is doing well, but as you're aware, the festive season is early this year, and one has to really look at beyond festive. And I do believe that the wedding season this year was more concentrated in the second half. So most of us remain very enthusiastic about the momentum continuing beyond so-called Diwali season, Diwali festive season. And for that, next 1.5, 2 quarters are important. So that's what we'll be watching for.
Do you see quick commerce as disruptive, and how do you see overall competition panning out in this space?
I think, in my opinion, we call what we call is specialty beauty retailing with the convenience of e-commerce is what Nykaa started out at. We chose to be a vertical player. We do believe that the journeys, the customer journeys, where discovery is very important and consumers discover the best and most suitable product for them, is the premise under which we built both our vertical apps of beauty and fashion. That's why we went ahead with a separate app for beauty and a separate app for fashion. And I think we are big believers in that. I think what's happening for that, like, obviously Nykaa now has more than 35 million customers who ever bought on Nykaa platforms. So it's operating at different size and scale. We operate in 200 stores, and even with 200 stores, our physical retail accounts for less than 10% of our turnover. So India is a very large, geographically diverse market, and trying to cater to 10-minute delivery in certain metros is a very different, it's a very different use case. So I think for players like us that deliver, are growing. We are helping more than 2,000 brands grow and launch in the country on the beauty side, similar number on the fashion side. And similarly, we cater to all the pin codes. I mean, if you look at our top 110 cities in India, even in top 110 cities, we have now gone public with the data that more than 70% of our orders are delivered within next day. So there is a whole size and scale at which we operate in the beauty industry, and that's where, if consumers are looking at faster delivery, obviously with the volumes that we have, we'll keep solving for it. So over last few years itself, we have moved from 15 warehouses to 44 today, and today most of our deliveries are affected by that ability to have being closer to the customer within the state that they reside in, and that's helped us improve our delivery timelines by 45%, and the same journey will continue.
So you're not daunted by quick commerce players coming into the fray, because beauty is a segment that is hot even within quick commerce, and you are certainly not looking to jump onto the Q-commerce bandwagon yourself?
Beauty includes what we call as beauty and personal care, and personal care products all over the world have always been sold at neighborhood stores, including pharmacies, and there is some amount of demand that customers, just a certain type of SKUs that customers pick up in the neighborhood store. So I think what quick commerce is solving for is a very different use case, and I think it's not, Nykaa is definitely going to have more rapid deliveries, more express deliveries, and all of those, are on our website. We are talking about it, and that definitely is our promise to the customers. We think quick commerce is more about a wider set of SKUs, which includes groceries and, everyday goods, which is not where Nykaa wants to jump in.
Falguni, you have given the option in certain cities for the same day delivery if the orders are placed before 12 noon, for the next day delivery if orders are placed after 12. Uh, how do you look at that ratio changing over a period of time, given the customer's preference for a quick and ultra fast delivery? Do you see yourself catering more and more to shorter timelines, even within the framework that you've worked out for yourself?
Absolutely. That's a journey, and I think this will keep getting intensified, not because of anyone else's entry, but the size and scale of business in India is growing to a point where e-commerce companies are also able to go closer to the customer and deliver faster.
Okay, Falguni, before I let you go, two quick questions. One, how do you see the e-commerce momentum in India? Last time we spoke, you talked about how the per capita fashion spends is going to grow 3 times by 2030. I think you gave a number of about $50 going on to $164 odd dollars. Do you continue to believe in India's e-commerce story, and where do you see the momentum? So far as e-commerce is concerned.
Absolutely. With the young population that we have that is digital first, all the Gen Zs and the millennials are tomorrow's big consumers, and we do believe that their preferences towards buying online. And but models are becoming more omni-channel. We have to be where consumers are. I mean, today, like, if I may just give you a simple example, earlier Nykaa would have thought that we can have one Lux store in South Bombay, and today before we know, we'll have 4 or 5 Lux stores in South Mumbai alone. So I think the scale of operation is changing as the industry is growing larger, both for beauty and fashion, and you'll see that most successful models will have an omni-channel approach to serving consumers where they are.
Falguni, before I wrap up, I want to ask you about your entrepreneurial journey. What inspired you to, start off on your own at I think around 49, 50 years milestone? And what kind of lessons did you learn along the way? What is your advice to other aspiring entrepreneurs, who want to follow in your footsteps, especially women entrepreneurs?
I think this, a very short answer to a long story I can say is that women need to believe in themselves. I think Nykaa name signifies that. Our message to women is that let the spotlight of your life be on you. And I think women have for too long even dared to dream, and as they dare to dream, their dreams will be theirs, and I think world will be their oyster. I think today's women know this. I think the younger women know that everything is possible, and they are entitled to their journeys. And I think I'm so glad that the world is changing for a more equal world for women.
What was the inspiration for you to start off on your own?
I think inspiration for me was just to be an entrepreneur and create a business and a brand that will have a very long journey, and it will have a life of its own. I really value brand, and even today I do believe that brand Nykaa, the consumer love that the brand has goes far beyond our current commercial reality, and Nykaa brand is really very fortunate. Like, I'm very fortunate to have so much love for Nykaa, be it in any field. I mean, you take it from our physical stores to our e-commerce platforms in beauty and fashion, to Nykaa Land, to Nykaa beauty bars. I mean, everywhere we see so much love for what Nykaa has to offer to the consumers, and I think that is the starting point of any brand love.
Falguni Nayar, more power to you. Thank you so much for speaking to PTI.
Thank you. Thank you.